Vacation Bible School Day 2, Shake It Up Cafe. Today we'll be making napkin rings. These can be made with all the materials provided in your kit. Let's go through them. You're going to need a ruler from home, a pair of scissors. Provided in your kit is a skein of embroidery floss, 7 20mm beads, and a tapestry needle. You're also going to need a 4-inch piece of cardboard. You can cut that out of a cereal box. Here I used a Cheerios box. However, if you don't have that, you can also use the tile provided for Day 3 crafts. Before we get started, let's talk about substitutions or ways to change this craft to make it more yours. I'll be doing the instructions to make this napkin ring, but ways you can maybe make it your own are by painting the beads. These are wood beads, so they can be painted with craft paint or with markers like we had the option during the wooden spoon. You can also, if you did not get a craft kit and are looking for beads on your own, use smaller beads like these. You will need more beads if your beads are smaller. You could also use the same size beads, but beads that are not wooden like these. I've also found these beads at the local Walmart that are 20mm, but they have a design etched into them. And these are all perfectly acceptable options. You can also use, in lieu of embroidery floss, twine, string, yarn, or ribbon. All will work for this craft. Let's get started. The first thing you'll need to do is get your ruler and your pair of scissors and your string, whether that's the embroidery floss provided or some other type of string. You're going to need to cut a 20-inch piece. Parents, you'll need to help your younger children with this. It does not have to be exact. Next, you're going to take your tapestry needle provided with your beads in your kit, thread it through the hole, and just pull it like that. Leave this end down, just laying loose. Then you'll want to take your beads one by one and thread them on. Make sure that you keep this end of the string on, and you don't need to pull it all the way, just on past the needle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once you have all 7 beads on, you can take your needle off. Then you'll want to take your beads, lay them out like that, and then match up your ends. Make sure your beads are all centered in the middle, like so, and just tie a knot. It does not have to be tight, just a gentle knot so that the beads come together. Then you want to tie another knot so that it's a double knot. You'll still leave your 2 ends like this. You can stop here. This may be a great option for our younger participants. And then you would just cut off the tails. However, do not cut off the tails if you're going to do the next step, which is the tassel. Let's set this aside. Next, we'll take the rest of our floss or string, take off the wrapper, and get our piece of 4-inch cardboard. Find the end, stick it down, actually start this way. You want the end downwards, and wrap. if you're going to make more than one of these, keep track of how many times you wrap so that your tassel will look even. And you just keep wrapping and wrapping and wrapping. This piece of cardboard is 4 inches tall. It doesn't really matter how wide it is. You probably only need a few inches. I just cut the flap off of our Cheerios box and just used whatever length was convenient. And you just keep wrapping like this. Until you finish. That doesn't go all the way, and that is fine. Next, you're going to get your scissors, and you're going to come in here, and you're going to put your scissors down and slide your string off the edge of your cardboard, keeping it together, and then bearing in mind which side is the bottom, keep this together here. Bring this over, thread the needle through the center of your loop, tie 1 knot, tie a 2nd knot so that it's double knotted, pull those ends out, put your string down like this, and then bring your string around, knot it just like that, flip it over, knot again, and double knot, and let the strings come down. Now you're going to have 3 long ends, but before you cut that, stick your scissors in here and snip all that. And then you'll just trim up your tassel so that your ends are all even. And voila, there is your tassel. You can then take your napkin and you just slide it up and through, and there is today's craft. Thank you. Before we go, I'm going to give you some homework for tomorrow's craft. Tomorrow we will be making something where you will need to decorate a sheet of paper ahead of time. I took a piece of paper and painted it with some watercolor paint. You could also draw a design on a sheet of paper, write out your favorite Bible verse, or color in a coloring sheet. You could use a sheet of wrapping paper or stickers. Just remember to make sure that you bring this to tomorrow's activity.